What is hashtag belong mean?
Oh, that's a great question. It's actually also a tattoo on my hand. Belong is a tattoo on my hand. It's
So you take it very seriously.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I since I was little, I didn't feel accepted, so I struggled feeling like I belong.
Sure.
So now I run a dance school where we all wear the shirt, and now basically when people come in, I want them to feel like they belong. Whatever their age, their background, doesn't matter. Everybody should feel like they are accepted. Have
Yeah,
you have
nice,
you have
nice.
you ever felt anything like that? Not feeling like you belong?
Oh, I think it'd be sort of inhuman not to have felt that at some stage, you know?
Yeah. So what was your experience like for
Um,
that?
those sort of years in high school, middle school, whatever. Yeah, because the kids create their own sort of social hierarchies, and yeah, it's pretty difficult to feel like you belong in that kind of thing. So
So then what changed? You said 13 to 15, 16.
I dropped out in year 10,
Okay.
so I would have been about 16 when I dropped out. So that changed, but I feel like maybe, to be fair, maybe it was more like because it was all the group things. Everyone has their groups, and you exclusively talk to the people in that group,
Mm.
and which is cool. It's good to have a group of friends, but then yeah,
Well, I think the whole, I was thinking about like tribes because I always wanted to belong to a tribe. I think it's like such a primal thing, right?
sure, for sure, yeah, the need to belong, yeah, it is.
And at the same time, I was listening to this woman. Her name is Brene Brown, and so she talks about love and belonging and like true belonging. She says fitting in is the opposite of belonging because fitting in into a group means it's asking of you to be someone you're not. Where belonging says show up as who you are and we'll love you.
Yeah,
And
that makes total sense.
that's I think that's so massive for anyone, and I think that's maybe the hardest part. At least for me, I struggle with that. It's like because sometimes people will tease you, make jokes and whatever, and that kind of chips away. And that chips away at your sense of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't show these things because these things clearly are an outlier in the group. Like they're the thing that should
The
not be
parts
shown,
of who you,
right?
yeah, no, I was just saying, yeah, the parts of who you are is what gets chipped away, and you're you're sacrificing so much to fit in. You can fit in and be miserable and be popular, you know. But if you belong, I guess that's something else. That's yeah. So
Yeah. So then, what fueled you to quit on school and go a different path? Then, man, maybe everybody should be doing that.
maybe, maybe I don't know. Well, I was sort of a like I did year 10, finished year 10, and I sort of knew at the start of year 11 that I probably couldn't do that another year of school, but I gave it a go and I got halfway through, and I sort of went into the year with the mentality that, well, I'm probably not going to finish it, which maybe didn't help me finish it. But I mean, the stuff I was learning, the people I was around, I really don't know if I was getting anything out of it apart from maybe, routine, keeping a good routine and friendships, I suppose. But
Yeah.
as far as you can't learn anything if you're miserable, and you can't force anyone to learn or do well in an environment they're not suited to, so
Yeah. So did you at least did you get the support when you wanted to quit, or was it more of like your family, friends, or whoever was in your life? You're like, this is a stupid decision, and you shouldn't be doing this. Like, 16, 17, that's young to leave in terms of how other people will see it.
Yeah, no, it is, and but I actually was totally supported, and in fact, was recommended by a doctor. I had some other things going on. I actually had a very bad kidney infection at the
Okay.
same time, well, nearly killed me. So it took a lot of time out of school,
Oh.
obviously, but that cleared up eventually, and then I had the choice to go back, um, and it was, just, yeah, uh, there was a lot of stuff going on at the time. I think it was the perfect storm to not want to go back. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I just found out was I had well, it wasn't my whole life, but I just found out 3 weeks ago I had ADHD my whole life.
ADHD.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of it?
Oh wow. I actually am on medication for that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can ask you so many questions. This is amazing. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so like to force us to do something we don't. Oh my god! It's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. No. No. I know what you mean. Yeah. That's exactly right. And
What's your experience been
it's.
like?
Oh well. I don't know. I mean, I guess the most significant realization was, and I don't know how much, people have a lot of different views on medication for it, and but I guess for some people it works, and obviously, like you just said, maths. So I was not interested in maths, and I was consistently getting, and apparently, I guess most people can apply themselves to things they know they have to do but aren't interested in. But if you're ADD or ADHD, whether you know you need to do it or not, if you're not interested in it, it's not going to happen. You're going to go on to something else. You're going to think about something else. You're going to follow something else. But I guess so. The moment I was getting about in my tests like 10%, 5% out of 100, and then like a few days after starting Ritalin, my next math test I got 95% on. So obviously it worked for me. So obviously I was just not interested in that subject at all. And I guess I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's like the medication forced me to be able to be interested in it or to apply myself to it, but that, I took that as a sign that obviously there is something happening, because if it's going to be like a 10 to 95% increase, then obviously there's something there. So that sort of, because like I'd heard doctors or my mum say that I have ADD or ADHD, and I didn't know if I believed them. And then to see the actual results, I thought, well, yeah, maybe that's.
Something there. So how long have you been on medication for?
Well, I did that throughout school, and then I've took a break from it since I left. Well, because I don't really, don't need it so much. I mean, it helps sometimes. I have bad days where I get really hyper, and if I like, I'll just check myself if I need to take it. Like if I'm, find myself interrupting people or just talking too much, or not listening or doing something stupid. Like I get impulsive, I might do something without thinking, and then go, okay, yep. But most days I don't. But sometimes I do, just if I'm getting like that, a bit hyper or whatever. So.
ADHD is a superpower, and the way he describes it is you have a race car brain, like a Ferrari. You have a Ferrari brain, but the brakes of a bicycle.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what have you like when you're taking that medication or any other medication you're taking, have you seen a change in not only how you function, but who you are? Has it changed and shifted, Because there's an element of like with ADHD I find is a spark. There's a spark there, right?
Yeah,
When it gets overwhelming, it can start a forest fire. It can burn things
yeah,
down very quickly. And when it's
yeah,
focused, you can form a samurai sword with if the heat is focused on something we care about. You think of a samurai sword, right? You like layer the layers of metal and you bang and you put it in that heat, and that heat of obsession can form the most incredible piece of art of any kind.
yeah, yeah.
And
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
so how's that been for
Yeah,
you?
no. Well, look, yeah, with the medication, it does, especially Ritalin for some reason, it absolutely, well, Ritalin turned me into a zombie and made me depressed and very good at my grades went right up. I was doing really well at school and I didn't talk to my friends really. I would sort of answer like a robot. I would sort of it's like it was like a conformity pill almost, like something out of science fiction it felt like almost. Uh, but luckily, it would only last for like 3 hours. So when it wears off, you just go back to your normal self, and that spark is there again, like you talk about. And then I'm on something that's a little milder and lasts for like 14 hours or 12 hours. And yeah, it does definitely calm me down, help me focus, and help me be able to focus my attention to things that don't necessarily interest me but are important and I need to do. So it helps with that, but it also the trade off is yeah, it'll take away that sort of superpower side of things, that
It's been 5 years. You're out of the school. With the coronavirus, it doesn't make it easier. Honestly, they should have called it physical distancing, not social distancing. We need we need meaningful connection. We always need meaningful connection, right? Like it doesn't
yeah,
mean
yeah,
that people we
yeah,
hang out with do everything we do, but like if we have people that accept us and not judge us with open arms, they just accept us. It it,
yeah,
it,
right.
it lets us feel that we can do anything. And if it feels
Uh-huh.
like they're clipping our wings, feels like we can't fly. And you said Ritalin kind of does that in a way, right? It clips your wings because you can hyper focus, but that a bit of that spark is gone to the point where you're like, I can't wait for this to be over so I can be back to normal, right? Like, and the normal of just having the spark. So it's been 5 years, and you said like you've been in a rut, Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, no, I've just been I mean I had a I don't know how much see, I mean you seem like a cool guy. I can tell you things.
Sure, man.
I had a girlfriend. We went out for a couple of years, and I lost my virginity to her, and it was we actually ended up getting engaged, but
Mm.
that was like a year and a half ago or something, or a year ago, and she ended it sort of out of the blue, and she never told me why, and the main thing that she did it over a text message, which I really didn't like because we'd been going out for a couple of years, and she was really vocal about wanting to sort of spend the rest of her life with me and get married. And she was the one who brought that up, and she would bring that up a lot. And I keep feeling like I must have done something wrong, or something must have happened. But I, I asked, and she said no, nothing happened, and I can't think of anything that happened. So I guess she just. I mean, sometimes people just change. Things happen. I don't know. She probably, in all reality, she probably met someone, but
Yeah.
then after that, I don't know. Sort of I started drinking, and technically I'm an alcoholic, I guess.